Hello everyone, welcome back to Follow the Imprints with Sudeshna and Ranjit, and today's episode is all about places to see and things to do when you are in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Truly Asia. So we took Air Asia and flew from Siem Reap, Cambodia to Kuala Lumpur.
It's 22nd country, Malaysia, baby.
And checked in at Days Hotel by Wyndham. So first let's give you the room tour. Welcome to our stay in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Right side we have this space, mini fridge, a safe, a full-size mirror, and on this side we have twin beds which we have attached and has become a huge king-size bed, a work desk, chair, luggage space, and a washroom. There's the commode, basin, and a standing shower, and we have a very questionable view of the Twin Towers.
And this hotel is $39 per day, which is a bit higher side compared to Southeast Asia. I know this is a city, Malaysia, but with $39, this is a Wyndham property, not at all clean. Everywhere is dirty, and this is very rundown property, to be honest. Let's give you a quick update on the transit system in Kuala Lumpur. So it's really pathetic.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. You can't walk to anywhere. You can see the Twin Tower from our room, but you cannot walk to the Twin Tower. Only 4 kilometers. You have to take taxi.
So just to give you an example, if it is a 4-kilometer thing from our hotel to Petronas Star, expecto Petronas.
Expecto Patronum!
So I was waiting to do that. The public transit, it will show you in bus 1 hour, where in Grab it's just 10 minutes. So.
And regarding visa, for Canadian or Indian, you don't need visa to come to Malaysia. You just need to fill up MDAC online form, which you can just do it before 72 hours before flying to Malaysia. And regarding money, you can just withdraw ringgit, and the ATM in the 7-Eleven which I used doesn't have any ATM fee, so free. You can just withdraw your money normally. We used hot. Did you know?
Yeah, the hot link.
For SIM card we used Hotlink. So we bought SIM card from airport, Hotlink prepaid, 20 ringgit for 7 days, unlimited, but only 20 GB hotspot allowed.
Also, after having the Canadian passport for the first time, we felt the privilege of carrying it. So we just breezed through the security in few seconds. We just scanned our passport and went through the immigration gates, and we didn't have to go to the immigration counter to talk to someone in person. Obviously, our very first stop in Kuala Lumpur is the Petronas Twin Towers, or the KLCC Towers, which is the highest twin skyscrapers in the world. And these are 88 floors high building which are connected by a sky bridge in the 41st and 42nd floor. You can actually go up to level 86 for an observation deck, which costs around $22 per adult. These are basically commercial buildings with office and shopping mall inside it. And this was opened in the year of 1999. So it's pretty new structure actually. Luxury brands, and in the sea floor you have food market. So let's see if we can find something. Right behind the Petronas Towers, and once you exit from the KLCC mall, here is the KLCC Park, which is a 50-acre urban lush greenery in the Kuala Lumpur city center. So this has a huge pond-like thing, and also at the back there is a swimming pool for children. In the evening there is a light and sound fountain show as well. Maybe we'll come back in the evening to watch that. This huge lush greenery surrounded by the concrete tall skyscrapers gives you a feel of oasis where you can come and unwind yourself, and definitely in this scorching heat, this is the perfect spot to come and relax.
Our next stop is the square, Masjid Square. So from here, from KLCC, we have a LRT for that.
Metro.
For both of us, it's total 360 ringgit.
There are ticket vending machines here. It's pretty easy. Select the line you are going to. the color. We are going to take the red light and then the station, the number of tickets, put your coins and notes and it will give you the tokens.
Very easy. So today was Taco Tuesday. Finally, I'm having Tuesday taco. The total is costed me 2 taco, 1 soft drink, 12.50 ringgit.
Our next spot is the Merdeka Square or the Independence Square in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which is a huge open space right in the heart of downtown, surrounded by famous historical buildings, one of the iconic Sultan Abdul Samad building, and you can see the KL Tower from here as well. This is the place where Malaysia got its independence back in 31st of August 1957. So today is 13th of August, so it's like in 2 weeks Malaysians flock here in this particular square to celebrate their independence, and this entire square is actually decorated by the Malaysian flags everywhere, like from the buildings to the poles everywhere, and also in the light posts they have their national flower, hibiscus. Hibiscus flower is also on their Malaysian currencies as well. When Malaysia got their independence back in 1957 of 31st of August, the Malaysian flag was hoisted in this long 95-meter tall pole, which is one of the world's tallest. Our next spot is Masjid Jamek, right adjacent to the Merdeka Square. So this mosque has a significant part in the Malaysian history. This has been built in the year of 1907, and this building was built on the first burial ground in Kuala Lumpur and is one of the oldest mosques in Malaysia. The entry is free, but there is a particular dress code for both men and women. So once you enter, there is a gallery where people will help you to dress accordingly. So for guys, they have given a skirt kind of thing which everyone should wear under the t-shirt, and for girls, depending on the dresses they are wearing, either they have to wear a hijab or a full robe or a skirt and this hijab, whatever is available, and this is free as well.
This is the inside of the mosque. ₹2 or 1 drink.
From the masjid, now our next stop is a Chinese temple. We are waiting for our Grab to come. I think this is the very first time in our travels that we are taking so many taxis because of lack of proper route or public transit system and a walking path. So you have to take Grab. Actually, Grab is one of the cheapest options. Also, InDrive is there as well. So we have reached Tianhu Temple. This is a Chinese temple dedicated to their goddess of sea, Mazu, and this is a 6-layer temple. It looks beautiful from outside with the different layers of this Chinese architecture. And one more thing to make note is that this is not accessible, like there is no elevator or wheelchair ramp. So if you have any accessibility issue, you might want to skip this one. Otherwise, if you can come here, you will get a 180-degree panoramic view of the Kuala Lumpur city. So that itself makes this trip up the hill worth it. After visiting the Chinese temple, it was so hot that we came back to our hotel, and long story short, we got a room upgrade because there were so many dysfunctional things in our previous room. We asked them to fix the issues, but they were nice enough to give us an upgrade. The room tour 2.0. So this is a huge king size bed, a workstation, and here we have a TV in the partition. There's some storage space, safe, mini fridge, and they have given some extra space here, full size mirror, and some place to hang your clothes and iron table. Now let's go to the best part. This is a huge one. We have a bathtub, a commode, basin, again a giant mirror, and then they have given us robes as well. We have a full standing shower. So now let's go and see the nightlife of Kuala Lumpur. Back at the Petronas Twin Towers, and it's all lit up at night with the Malaysian color flag like the blue, red, white and golden, and it's looking beautiful. The crowd in front of me, it's loco poco situation here.
If you see behind us, everyone is waiting for their perfect picture. Nokia, Sophia. आया दिल को दीवाने रमो प्यार के बहाने रमो. So we had the same experience in Dubai. First Burj Khalifa, then
Dubai
Burj
Mall.
Mall, yes, Dubai Mall,
And the Dubai Fountain.
and the Dubai Fountain. Exactly
Going the
similar.
same way, Petronas Twin Towers, KLCC Mall, KLCC Park with the KLCC Fountain shop. We came at daytime, and right now the crowd has multiplied by 10x. Obviously the heat is gone. So,
And the light is on.
so it should start in a minute. Like in every 15 minutes I think the show happens. So we are waiting for our Grab to come again. We are grabbing Grab too much actually this day. Like this will be our 5th Grab.
Fifth.
Yes, and that's the highest number of Grab we have ever taken in our whole Southeast Asia. One quick fact about Malaysia is that Malay is their official language, but the majority of the people, apart from Malay, they speak in Mandarin and Tamil, because from India and Sri Lanka there is a huge Tamil influence here in Malaysia, as well as from China there are lots of Chinese influence. So those two are the second most spoken language after Malay. So we came to our last stop for the day at Bukit Bintang 9th Street, like a food market street, and our cab driver recommended us to come for a massage at this store. So maybe tomorrow, you should watch tomorrow's episode.
Yeah, that will be fun.
Yeah, we will climb lots of stairs in Batu Caves. So after that, we will definitely need this massage.
Definitely.
And one quick thing is like all the cab drivers here mostly know English.
Yeah.
So if your first language is English, this should be helpful.
Yeah. So our first food here in this food market is
Chicken salad.
chicken salad.
So we got Thai chicken sausage for 6 ringgit. Let's try and try. Oh, it's really good. It's good. It's spicy. It has like something mixed within the sausage, but it's good. It's a pan-fried bun, which is again a 6 ringgit thing, which has beef inside it, and they have given some chili sauce. Let me try. This is okay. This is crispy. It's not spicy, so the taste is not that great. Sausage was amazing.
So in this market, they have Thai food, they have Japanese food, they have Korean, that sweet thing, sweet with fruit, sweet foods.
So we sat here for a dinner at an authentic Thai restaurant. It's a mix of all the Southeast Asian culture here. So we ordered fried rice, 1 seafood and 1 with chicken, both spicy, and we got 2 tiger beers.
Cheers.
So this is a tip we learned in Vietnam while having pho, is that you squeeze your lemon in the soup spoon so that only the juice will fall and not the seeds. Malaysia actually is a hybrid of all the Southeast Asian countries in terms of food and drinks. Korea, Japan, Thailand, Cambodia, everyone's food is here, as well as the beer. We saw Angkor beer of Cambodia. We saw Bintang of Bali, like Indonesia. We saw Tiger of Singapore, and also like Chang from Thailand. But when we asked the locals, what about your local Malay beer? They are like, we don't have Malay beer. So if you haven't been to other countries, so come to Malaysia and have the taste of all the Southeast Asian countries. Thank you so much everyone for watching this video till this end. I hope you enjoyed our first Malaysian episode. If yes, do subscribe and share this one with your friends and family, and come back for the next episode.
And please press the like button and the bell icon to get all the notifications. Till then,
All right, friends.
22nd country, Bobby.
What is
Bobby.
and this is and it has opened. So right in the Merdeka Square.
Merdeka Square.
It's iconic. Well,
Yeah.
so our next spot is the Masjid